Uh, I was dancing.
Me
Hi,
too.
Hey.
welcome to 12 Days of Recruiting. Today we have a very special guest all the way from Portland, Oregon. One of my favorite people, my sister, Celinda, Celly, as I call her, with all her plants in the background.
That.
We've got my buddy, these guys, MTV. Let us see your shirt. Let us see your MTV shirt.
Oh, it's pretty sick, isn't it?
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, it is.
I
Retro.
don't- It's very retro, and I don't even think you can get that. So shout out to you. Today, I am going to be very mellow. So I'm reminding myself, lighten up. It's not that deep.
And no wine today, right?
No wine today, no coffee, no hot chocolate. Just me, my Christmas bowls, and my shirt. Lighten up. And it does have little lights on it, but you can't see it too good.
So I got to
Anyway.
ask you a question for both of you real quick since you are women. Have you guys done all your Christmas shopping?
No. What? No.
I have my kids want 2 big gifts, and I just need to go take my butt to Best Buy to pick them up, and that's it. I'm done. But we also went real low key this year, family wise. So yeah, I'm pretty much done.
No. Me either. My mother told me not to buy her anything.
That's hard.
But it's her birthday also on Christmas Day. So
That's
I don't know how
test. That's a test. You better.
No, she's like that, but she'll get something. I really like to, do stuff for, my motto, Christmas is for kids. But, I still have 2 smaller nieces and nephews. So my youngest nephew is 8. He's out in Denver, but I'm not going to send anything this year. Normally I mail their gifts. I just don't trust the post office anymore. Unfortunately, things are very slow. So I'll probably, shoot him something via his iPad or something. Shoot him some money. Let him get what he wants. And then my 14-year-old niece, she's in this. I don't want anything. I have my own, and I have my own money.
Oh, can she come talk to my children?
Trust and believe. Well, the thing is, she has everything. So that's the part of it. It's a matter of what does she actually want that she doesn't already have. That's probably part of it. But I already know what I'm getting, what I'm getting for her. So she'll be getting something because I will be there next week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love that. That's really good. I'm so glad you're getting to do that.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally. Yes. All right. So let's get into it. Sally, you are you have been recruiting for or been in the recruiting game for some time. So I got to ask you the first question that I've been asking everyone, and I'm hoping for a different answer today. How did you get into recruiting?
Okay, this is a good story. So I was a bartender like my entire college career and really good at it, like made a lot of money. And so, of course, upon completion, I wanted to always bartend. I was, 3 days a week, $2,000 back then. That was a lot of money. I had, but my dad kept seeing this stupid billboard for monster.com on his way to work on 495 every day. And he would bug me. You get on that monster's going to get you a job.
I love it.
And so I put my resume on Monster, got a phone call almost immediately from a staffing company. And the staffing company sent me out on an interview for some mortgage real estate company. And I tanked it. So 19-year-old, or I guess 20-year-old Celinda had neon, long nails and black hair. And I was just kind of like, not a misfit, but definitely not corporate America. And so I think, when they sent me out, the recruiter drove me to the interview to kind of prep me on the way there. And I think while I was interviewing, he knew I wasn't going to be like the one, because he called the branch manager and I guess was like, felt bad for me. This really nice guy, Paul Rivers. We still talk. He's at Northrop and Grumman now. But, but he called the branch manager, and I guess I come back and they're like, you know what? We're going to offer you a receptionist job. You're never going to recruit. And I'm like, I don't even know what recruiting is. Like, what does that mean? This was like, I mean, I'm dating myself here, but they were like switchboards. And so after 2 weeks, I was like dropping calls. I was the worst admin ever, but I could remember the candidates. So when we did the team meetings and I was doing the note taking, I would be like, well, what about that guy with the hat? He had that cobalt. Like, I think he has that. And so I was making all these candidate matches, and I became a recruiter 3 weeks later. And of course the money was better, the bonus, and I've never left.
I love it.
Sweet.
So she gave the same answer as everyone else by mistake. And that's why you're still here, because recruiting is something that you, not to sound diminishing, but you fall into. Like, you either got it or you don't.
And you never get out of it, right?
No. And I'll be honest,
you're in for good.
I rejoiced the day that I didn't have to have that bartending job. I still remember. And I was like, oh, wow, I make enough money as a recruiter where I have like a real career. You know what I mean?
Okay. So I'm going to go back to that because you mentioned COBOL. So I know how old you are. Not that I didn't already, but yes, because I was recruiting COBOL rack F folks.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So long ago.
Yeah. So how much recruiting were you doing simultaneously while you were mixing it up?
So I would still bartend Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays for a very, very long time. I want to say the year that I got married is when I stopped having 2 jobs. Okay. I mean, that was like 15 years ago, so for a long time, I loved the people. I had my Monday nights too, where I could, make a lot of money, and I enjoyed, I met so many candidates that would sit at my bar that I could then, sell them on this accounting gig that I was, recruiting for as well. Clients, because remember back then, I don't know if they do this anymore, where you had to find the clients and the candidates. You had a full book of business.
Yeah.
And so the bar really helped me be very profitable.
Yeah. In some agencies, they had the account manager. That was the business development person that went out and got the work. The folks that hung out at the bar with you, and then they had a recruiting team that recruited for those companies or for those projects. So yeah, I love it, and I'm glad you said that. I know when I was already, fully entrenched in corporate, we were still getting our junior recruiters, the folks that we were going to train, because all of us had come out of the agency. So we still had that really salesy mindset. Yeah, like it wasn't butts and seats, and no, we weren't getting paid per hire. No, we weren't getting a cut off of everything, but we just it was just invigorating. Still like, I filled this job. Like,
yes. I still wonder why that's missing in corporate America.
They need bells again. Remember we used to ring the bell?
Yes.
We need bells again.
Everybody, we celebrated so much, I feel like, in the agency world.
We did. We worked hard and we played hard.
Yeah. I don't know if I could do that again, but I did definitely enjoy I enjoyed my time as an agency recruiter. We were called headhunters. Like, people don't call you that anymore, but
they even had a website.
They still do that. The old timers. Are you a headhunter?
Remember headhunter.com? Remember that job?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I was like, that was me.
Yeah.
I prided myself. I hunt heads. Like, you can't say that out loud anymore.
No, nobody's a head anymore, right? Oh boy.
Right?
You're a big old people pimp.
Right? Yes.
So how have things changed for you? You're not only have left the East Coast, like I said, you are on the West Coast, coming to us from Portland, a transplant from the DMV, the M in the DMV. People don't like it when we say that anymore. Did you know that? They don't like that.
Well, I can't say DMV here because they think I came from the Motor Vehicle Association.
Exactly.
Right. I
Oh,
love the
man.
DMV. Is that like definitely not cool anymore either?
A lot of people don't like it. They're like, yeah, there's 3 different places. You know, it's just not cool. So
All about the Berg.
it's got the Pittsburgh and their
Berg.
Oh, are you a Steelers fan?
Actually, not. I'm a Patriot fan. Some of the most hated guy in Pittsburgh.
Well, that's good, because I don't like the Steelers, so we're good.
Okay, so before we go too far, back to the. Did you know? Because I didn't know this, and I need someone else to back me up on this. Did you know that in Pittsburgh, like they put like everything has French fries? Like French fries is like a main meal. Did you know that?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
like
we have a sandwich called the Permane sandwich with coleslaw, French fries, and like corned beef or roast beef on it.
Sounds disgusting.
No, it's bomb. With
Sounds
Red Death on
gross.
top.
Honestly, I don't want potatoes. I don't
want.
want potatoes on it. I'm not a big potato person, and I'm not a big French fry person. I don't know. We didn't grow up with potatoes growing up, but you know, I would trade potatoes for rice any day, like all day. But yeah, I mean, I will take you up and try it. But coleslaw and potatoes.
Now they describe this thing. It's like they put coleslaw on French fries, and I was like, "Is that like your version of poutine?" I don't understand it.
No, I do love coleslaw though, and I know a lot of people hate on coleslaw, but I do love a good coleslaw.
Okay, so on the subject, I got to ask you, what's your favorite drink to make?
Ooh.
As a bartender, you got to throw me out. What was your?
Okay, so I worked at a Mexican restaurant, so I make a mean margarita. I was so good that on Friday nights they put me at service bar, and we had this thing where you had to shake it on top of your head, and I would like, you know,
I knew it because on
really
Monday nights
back then. I was all, you know, I could do it.
So Monday, you guys had Monday margaritas for a special, right?
Yes,
like everybody does.
Yes, and
Margarita Monday.
I'm a big fan of tequila, but lately I've been on an eggnog kick, so.
We're going to have eggnog next week on the show.
Yeah. It's really good. I'm doing almond milk eggnog. If you haven't tried it, it's so good. A little bourbon.
We won't ask you that question in the second half of the show. Since you already told us.
Sorry, I got y'all right into drinking.
I had to. I was like, man, what is she making?
But what I was going to ask you is like, how have you seen things change in our industry, in the recruiting industry?
So from my personal experience, when I was a recruiter starting out, I almost feel the conferences we attended, the publications we read were very candidate centric, right? And I felt like we meant it, right? I felt like, and it could just be because I came from agency and candidates were our livelihood, right? It was who we marketed, it is how we closed deals, right? As we've evolved, you know, and I've been in corporate America now for 12 years, I would say we talk about being all about the candidate, but in my opinion, we move further and further away from that by building barriers for applying, for interviewing. You know, I mean, we create so many barriers to hire that there's no way we're candidate centric.
I agree with that. I had been a part of several focus groups in one of the larger in one of the largest organizations I worked for. And they were talking about, you know, how we're going to align these things and this thing. And I said, do you understand, like everything we put out there is talking about our customers, and we are a services business. Like our people are our product for the most part. Like we made things too, but like specifically like 70-80% of our business was really about the people and who were working on these projects, who were creating these products. So I was like, everything's about delighting the customer and the customer this. And I think we've gotten so far away from that. Like it's all about, you know, how much money is someone going to make for the company? And it's not, how am I going to treat my employees? How am I going to allow them a space to grow and to become whatever it is they want to be for this organization for however long they choose to be here? You know, we have just got, she froze up. You're back. You're back.
Okay.
Yeah. You were like, and you froze in like a very, very
thank God.
It was
good. Yeah, good.
All right.
Like,
thank God.
I was like lipstick. eyelashes. Hello.
Just for you. Only because I love you so much. I dolled up just for you.
Oh.
He likes it. Look at him. He likes
What
it.
am I into? Oh my God. But no, I elaborate on that story there. The candidates I talk to every day, they're like, you talk to me longer than 5 minutes. We don't have recruiters out there doing that anymore. It's just, hey, we got a job for you. That's it. I sit down and you're going to love what I always say. I say, first off, I'm not a recruiter. I'm a job agent. And we're going to talk like we're drinking beer or coffee. And they're like, holy shit, you really care about me. I get to know them in and out. And then they're my best friend. And then they refer me to other friends. Mm-hmm. And I think we lost that in the corporate world because it's all about, I need 20 candidates tomorrow to go to work. So just throw them out there. And the candidates really see that now. They see that they're not genuine. But when you embrace them as a family, they're in love with you, man. They'll love you forever.
No, I agree. I mean, I was successful in my career as an agency recruiter because of those relationships I built, because people trusted me. And I think if we can get back to the point of career movements are a big deal, right? Like, I think right now, because we're in an era where people change jobs, and I do this myself every 2 years, it becomes transactional for companies, right? Where it's still a move, right? It's still a big deal. It rocks your family. It rocks whether you're single or extended family, right? And so I completely agree. I love that you do that. I was just on a training call with our recruiters, and we had Amy Miller. I don't know if you both know her. Yes. Okay. And she was telling the recruiter, she was training our recruiters, and she was telling them, you have to make it about the impact that they will have. Software engineers, as an example, millions of jobs out there, right? Probably not millions, but hundreds of thousands. But what is the impact this person's going to bring to you? And it's so basic, but the fact that she had to tell us that, it's because people aren't making the job about the human being that's going to do it.
Exactly. And you have to bring energy. Like when I'm on the phone, just like right now, you got to bring excitement like you're in Disney World. Like they haven't had a job for 6 months. Now it's time. You're meeting a shark or a trap or yourself. Bring that energy. And you know what? They're like, holy cow, I've never talked to anybody with this much energy. And recruiters don't do that anymore. They don't. They just
recruiters barely talk on the phone.
No.
And that's fine. And that's fine for some people, but we can't treat everyone the same. There's no broad brush. No. And there are people who still prefer picking up the phone. Like I'm one of those people. Like Rich and I will be texting and I'll be like, no. I'm like, I'm over it. And I'll pick up the phone. I'm like, I can't do this anymore but that's fine. Like I make it for the person. I treat people the way they want to be treated. If someone prefers to only text for whatever reason, like they don't have the space to talk freely or, they just don't like talking on the phone. That's fine. I'll do that for them. But when you don't mind talking on the phone and we can get whatever it is taken care of without sending 8 different emails and 76 text messages because I didn't understand what you meant and trying to get clarity back. No, I don't have time for that.
And you know what? Automation, we all say it's the wave of the future. Human connection is still going to be there. Automation, I think, is getting played out. I'll be honest with you. I'm so tired of just having this automated stuff come over like a robot to you all the time,
So it's funny that you say that. So the current company and the past 2 employers that I worked at were gung-ho about chatbots. Remember the Mayas, the Olivias, the Bethanies, all of those. We were never able to bring them to fruition while I was there because of that component that you miss out, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't even want to shop with Nike and have them, a bot talk to me about my order. Like I would like to, if I'm going to pick up the phone or chat with someone, I want it to be a human. And I think we're in human resources. So if we start, getting rid of the humans where the title is, we have a problem. Like we have a major problem.
I believe in high tech and high touch. I say it all the time. You have to do it. I love technology. I'm not that good at it, but I love it and we need it. Rich pushes for video resumes every single chance he gets. That's high tech, but it's also high touch because you're like, you're interacting with someone. You're not just reading their resume. That's just high tech. If you're just putting it in your ATS. Yeah. Well, actually, that's not high tech. That's very basic.
But you're right.
The video.
I think the big thing is we got to capture. I'm a big Gary Vee fan. If you know who Gary Vee is,
I do.
We got to capture the audience, and we don't do that in job postings or nothing. I see these 70 paragraphs job posting. Who in the hell is going to read that? Seriously.
First of all, nobody, forget reading it. Nobody matches the 70, listed bullets that you want.
No, that's not true. No. I'm going to push back. That's not true. The person, no, because they wrote those 70 bullets from the person who left that job. They're the only person that fits.
Right.
Okay.
The backfill. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's a loophole. But besides the backfill, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, can I ask a question about? Did you read the Gary V's book, by the way?
No, I haven't.
Okay, you have to send me your address because I have a copy from LinkedIn Talent Connect. We were gifted it.
Oh my goodness, yes.
And I'll send it to you if you will enjoy. I already read it, but it's in great shape. And
I will put it on my my office mantle right here, and I'll be taking pictures of it.
It's a good book. It's a good book.
You know what? He is so inspirational. And I'm giving a shout out to Gary V right now. Free advertising, Gary. Come on our show, buddy. Come on our show.
He was really good. He was on the main stage at LinkedIn, and he was really good. Very, very good.
And he's so true on different things. And I when I get in these recruiting groups, like I say, some of them love me, some might say, oh, whatever, but we got to face the time. We have to adapt to our situation we're in right now. And everybody said there's not job seekers out there. There's many of them.
So many.
You just job boards, I'm not going to lie, are dead sometimes. Yes, you just can't sit a job board. I can't get no candidates. Well, how about get off your butt and recruit, right? Let's start from the basics, right?
Yeah.
I tell people this all the time. When I first started training recruiters, like when I first moved into ops, and even inside of the organization, they'd be like, oh, you got to train them how to source. You got to train them how to use. I was like, I could train people how to find candidates. But when you're saying sourcing, you're asking me, show them what keywords, show them how to Boolean search on Monster, Hot Jobs, Clearance Jobs, whatever. I was like, I'm going to be honest, because I was like, the reason why I hire, at the top of our food chain is because of the network that I have. I haven't been on a job board in I don't know how long. So, I'm the one I'm the first one they're calling like, Kirsten, we need your license. Like, we're going to take your license. I'm like, okay.
Right.
I don't care. I
see that. We have a ton of people currently at the company I work at now that just don't use LinkedIn or any of the tools that we have to offer because of the networks they've built, because they're just, know how to leverage their internal networks, their hiring managers, or, and so I'm never pushed tools, but if you're struggling and you're not using tools, then I feel like tools can be a solution.
They can, but how good is the tools? And you mentioned LinkedIn specifically, and this is not to dog out LinkedIn, but how many people just don't get past do you have a LinkedIn profile? Do you have the presence? Are you discoverable? It's got to be more than that. Look at how many candidates have done nothing but put their profile, built their profile on LinkedIn, and they haven't done anything for years. Like, you look at that past 90 days thing, then thank you, LinkedIn, for adding that part, because it did take a little bit longer before to see, how much activity people had. But, past 90 days, blank.
Right.
Past 2 years, blank. So there's only so much.
Yeah, you can't rest your recruiting laurels on LinkedIn. I will say that.
No, you can't. You can't. And you know what? With LinkedIn, so many people spam on there. Recruiters and salespeople trying to sell you stuff all the time. Don't come on and give me some links. Get to know me first,
Listen.
And I don't want a million friends on there. I want friends I'm going to be active with. I always say that. Who wants 10,000 friends if you don't even know 9,000 of them,
I don't know half of those people.
I mean, I was going to say, I don't know a lot of the people that follow me, but I've gotten better at like unfollowing, if I run into something, someone that I was like, oh, I don't really know why we're connected. But no, remember that whole open network thing that people were saying? I wouldn't say I'm an open networker, but I will accept most humans that, invite me to their network. I do get upset when I get spammed immediately.
Right off the bat. Hey,
no, that's not what we're here today for.
I feel bad because, I've gotten mine down. I was over 400 people that I hadn't looked at, and I took some days. Yeah. So now I'm down to like 280 something of people that are waiting to connect to me.
Oh.
And I feel bad because I know that there's a high percentage of those that are the salespeople and the Bitcoin and the blockchain folks that,
the realtors, the
people that
financial
want to
analysts,
the insurance folks, like they want to sell me something,
Oh my.
and they're the ones, I give precedence, honestly, to the people who write notes, who say, hi, Kirsten, like they at least, I give precedence to them. And unfortunately, those are a lot of times those folks. So I'll weed them out, but then I get tired. So I know I've missed so many people that actually need my help, that could actually, and me too, that we could benefit from a connection. We could build a professional relationship. I've missed out on that because of so much of the noise that it just becomes overwhelming.
That's why I'm a big fan of sending like a note, and I know people like ebb and flow, whether you send a note or not, but if I add you to my network, I say why, hi, this is what I need from you, or here's my suggestion, up to you whether you accept me or not. But I think it just sets the stage. I'm also a big proponent of having an agenda before you enter a meeting. So, maybe this is my type A personality. Exactly. I just think people need to understand what you need from them or what you want from them. And I like, if that's the bare minimum I require, then I like to provide that back.
Yeah. And you're also great at connecting people, because I've reached out to you multiple times and I'm like, hi,
anytime.
Do you, and I'll just like, hey, introduce me to this person. I'm like, hi, do you know this person? And do you think they would be open to having a conversation about X, Y, and Z?
She does. But I am also a firm believer of making connections. So even if I hadn't known those individuals really well, I still would have positioned it in this seems like a great opportunity. Right. It's balls in your court. Like, you figure out next steps. But I think we don't do that enough.
I agree.
People often are like, oh my God, thank you for doing that. And I'm like, this is like basic human, response in my, opinion.
Exactly. And what I like to elaborate on this is we use one platform. LinkedIn people are true to LinkedIn. Hey, we got Twitter, we got Instagram, we got Facebook. I think you should, once again, Gary V, I spread my love to everybody because I think every platform has a reason for us in recruiting, especially.
Yes. And there's different people on every platform, right? I particularly enjoy being, I don't use LinkedIn as much. To be fair, I manage the Visa company, licenses and stuff. And so I feel very corporate when I'm on there because I'm doing corporate work, if that makes sense. And so I shy away from posting, but Instagram and Twitter, I feel a lot more myself and less guarded. And I don't have to be that way on LinkedIn. I think Visa would probably celebrate me posting. I just feel like all checked when I'm on there for some reason.
Understood. Any advice you want to give to folks moving into 2021 on just anything you want to say to folks as it relates to their job search?
Yeah, so I will say you survived 2020. So that's first and foremost.
Woo! We did it.
We did it, and we have bumps and scrapes and bruises, and some of our bumps and bruises are worse than others, right? But if we can celebrate the fact that we did it and, have high empathy for that, I would say that's number one, right? First and foremost. And second, I would say is January and February are going to be really busy. That's my prediction. And the reason I feel that way is because corporate America is coming out of 1 year of being kind of dormant and quiet with COVID, right? Figuring out the return to work, the hybrid, all of the things that have popped up. And so I'm seeing it right now where everyone's like, our Q2 starts in January. We need in Q2, we need in Q3. So get your resumes together, get your LinkedIn profiles together. You don't need to have a fantastic profile, but you need to have a good picture. You should have where you're working. And at bare minimum in your summary, you should have something that says about what you want to do, your aspirations, who you are. And I say be patient because it's going to be hot and heavy. That's just my prediction. I really do think it's going to be hot and heavy for all of us.
Agreed. And don't be surprised when this article that I'm writing has some of that in there. It's not because I'm stealing from you.
No. I'm Walter.
I've already had those notes written down. Like, listen, like these are the things you should be doing, and here's why. But I say that to say that there are a lot of people like out here. Like, a lot of us are feeling some folks are feeling a little bit more stressed and, thin, and they're trying to figure out ways to still stay relevant. And there's a lot of talk about folks, stealing from each other.
Oh.
But listen, sweeties, there's not a lot of things new under the sun. Like I saw someone yesterday on Instagram that said, no means next opportunity. And I've been saying that since 2018. And I was just like, oh wow, I'm not the only, to me, I'm like, I'm not the only person that says this. And honestly, I don't even remember why I said that or where I got that from. But I know it wasn't like something that I just automatically came up with. I may have had my own ideas around it, but I'm not going to sit up here and call somebody out and be like, I said that 2 years ago on February 4th. And why are you stealing from me?
We're not rocket scientists. We don't have ingenious. I mean, we might. Okay, don't get me wrong. But for the most part, you do. But we're all in the same business, right? So some of our tips are going to sound the same. Some of our predictions are going to sound the same. We're in the same industry. That's like a nurse saying COVID vaccine's coming, right? Because it is, like that's what we read, that's your job. So, I get so overwhelmed with our HR industry that I, for so many years, have said I wasn't a part of, but I have no choice but to be a member, a proud jacket-wearing member. We're constantly digging at each other. We're constantly nitpicking each other.
Exactly.
We're putting each other down for having same ideas, different ideas. Right? It depends on whatever we're doing that week that pisses one person off. I'm over it. Can we just say for 2021 that's going away? I mean,
it's not going away. It's not going away, but no, it's not. But I do encourage everyone to do what I did this year. And I have been, it's like, throw those relationships, you don't need them. Move them along and get with your people. I got with my people.
No, it's true. It's true.
No, I
agree with that.
And I tell everybody out there, go social in 2021. If you're not going social, go social. That means virtual. Get out there and hit all the platforms. Be on videos. Don't be scared and shy. Let's reach out to us on video.
I feel personally attacked by the get on video.
Me too, because I have to do this to get on video. You know what I mean? And that's obviously something I need to work on in 2021 to just bring my authentic self without the lashes, without the red lip, right? Because what I'm going to say is the same. It's just being, polished up for you, But my goal for 2021 personally is to just be authentic with who I present, like all the time. I'm okay with who it is.
I love it.
That's awesome. What I'm going to work on.
And I love that. And KG is going to say, I say this all the time. You have to look in the mirror and say, I love myself so you can love other people. When you love yourself and that's confidence, you can love everybody around you. And there's no negative.
And the funny thing is, I'm very self-confident. I love myself. I don't want anyone to take away that I don't. But I still feel that like if I'm going to be on camera, on video or whatever, I have to look the best. And I blame my parents for that. That's all childhood trauma. You heard it here, okay?
Shout out to the Fariases.
2021, we got
12 days of recruiting. Does not share those views expressed by.
Fine, I'm going to send him the link so we can talk to a therapist about it.
I love it. All right, let's get to the fun part of the show.
Fun part of the show.
All right, Rich. Yeah, I'm ready.
Ready. Here we go. Okay. Favorite holiday cartoon? Give it to me.
Charlie Brown Christmas.
Good one. It's one of my top 3. Mine's Frosty the Snowman. You gotta love
Frosty. I love that one too.
Especially when he says, "I'll be back on Christmas Day." It's like I do like a Christmas shot every time he says that.
Oh, you know what? I'll have to watch that tonight and take that shot. But we watch Charlie Brown all the time. That's just like our standard staple at the house.
I love it. And that tree, you feel so sad for that tree,
right?
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Favorite holiday cookie?
Oh, I'm not a big cookie person. A chocolate chip, but I'm sure that's not what you're looking for. I'm not a big cookie person. Give me chocolate.
What anything chocolate. Holiday dessert.
Holiday cake, whatever.
Dessert, yeah.
I love, this is super Latino, but it was like fruitcake, that normal.
Hold on. That was one of my questions. Okay.
Time out. Now we know who's eating the fruitcake.
You're the one that's keeping Walmart in business.
Only the one from like the Latino bodegas. It comes in a big old red box. It's delicious. You warm it up, a little butter on top. Oh, it's so good.
So
Nobody knows
like fruitcake.
I do. Oh my God.
You just said yes.
I do. I love it.
You are the first out of 6 shows. You are number 1 out of 6.
I'm gonna ship you both my fruitcake. Okay, it's so
Please
good.
Please don't.
Got a little rum in it.
I can ask you a question though. With fruitcake, can you leave it for a year and eat it the next Christmas?
Oh, I don't think I have ever that much left, but probably. All right, we gotta
move on because
no, I can't. I'm just saying I know for sure, but I need to. Okay, time out.
Yes,
fruitcake. She loves.
You said that it doesn't. No, I don't love it. But you said that that yours doesn't last. So what is it? Is it just not the same fruitcake that?
Oh no, it doesn't last because I eat it.
But like, how is this?
What's good about it?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's flat. It's like has the flavor of like a little croissant / meets pound cake with.
I don't think that's fruitcake. I don't think that's fruitcake.
It is. It's the Latino version.
Not that. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like that long thing.
No, it's like
jelly
looking. I'm gonna send you a picture, but it does have the jelly things.
It looks like pimento loaf,
and it has to come in that box. I know what she's talking about.
I also grew up eating like marzipan and like weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I do love fruitcake. If it was on a spread, I would pick fruitcake. Next would be flan, but probably the fruitcake.
Wow. I don't even know where to go again.
I'm breaking the internet right now.
No, you're not. Because thank God we have a relationship outside of your poor food choices. I'm going to put you in the Ronald Marsh category of
I will never steal your fruitcake
that are inedible.
I'm going to send y'all a pic of what I'm talking about.
No.
It is.
I don't want it in my phone.
I'll email it to you then. It'll be.
I'm just teasing you. Oh my God, Sally likes fruitcake.
I do. I'm shocked that you guys are so shocked here.
Well, you should watch the other shows and see the expressions. Everybody's like, it's at closed eyes, like no way in hell.
In your defense,
halfway through 12 weeks.
You slice it, you toast it, a little butter.
Okay, so in your defense, because you have specified that there is a particular type of thing, loaf of something.
Yeah, it's like this big circle, like looks like a bell.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? So I think Trader Joe's sometimes carries that version of it. Not as good as the ones you'd get at the bodega, though.
It's like the cake pans that you used to make back in the day, the big cake pans.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a big thing. I don't know.
With a bunch of fruit, right?
Yeah, like jelly fruit.
Like cherries and jelly. Oh, God.
Like
the bears and everything.
Jelly candies. Like fruitcake is literally like the trash.
But
like
when you toast it warms up. Kind of warms up a little bit. All right, next question, please. I feel attacked.
No, that's okay. I will try fruitcake again this year just to prove a point to see if I can.
I'm gonna send you. Only gotta try this one. I can't vouch for the pound cake one. This is it.
I tried to save you, but you kept doubling that. I said in your defense, and then you still you just keep.
She went on and on.
I'm sorry. You got to call it something else because we're not gonna.
All right, I'm gonna ask my dad what it's called in Spanish.
Thank you.
Here we go. I think I'll get this one. Favorite holiday song?
Oh, currently I'm listening to trap music, to Christmas trap playlist.
Okay.
Literally the best playlist on Spotify. All you have to do is search is Christmas trap. But if I had to choose, I'm a big Mariah Carey fan. I do love her Christmas album.
Yeah,
so all I want for Christmas is you.
All I want for Christmas is you.
The whole album is actually very good. That one.
Yeah, no, we listened to it at the house.
A lot of gospel in it and good stuff.
Yeah, thank you. I even have that because of the more religious songs. We'll call them.
Fishes in the Sea, Joy to the World. Hell yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a good.
It out too. She gets it going where you got to sing.
Yeah,
she's got good vocal.
She does.
Ready for the next one?
Yep.
Favorite holiday movie?
Elf.
Elf.
Wow.
That's on Amazon Prime right now.
I love Elf. We watch that a lot. Next would be the National Lampoon's Family Vacation.
Yeah.
That's Wendy's favorite. So you guys gotta get together about
that one's not so appropriate for the children. I think the first time I had them watch it, they're like 9 and they're like, what?
Did you ever see Ralphie?
I do love Ralphie, Christmas Story.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that I've never seen It's a Wonderful Life until like maybe 5 or 6 years ago? But I do like that one too, by the way. If you haven't watched it, I really enjoyed it.
I haven't seen it in its entirety. I've seen parts of it only because back in the day, remember, we only had so many channels. Yeah. And on Christmas Eve, like TV kind of goes off at a certain time and they play that movie only. Mm-hmm. And then like all of these versions of Handel's Messiah. And that's it. Like you don't get
that. And then Ralphie's 24 Hours of Ralphie.
Yeah.
The Christmas Story.
They still do that right on FX, I feel, right?
Right, but there's, like I said, there's much more channels now.
Much more channels, correct. Yeah. So what are y'all's?
So mine, I like Home Alone. I do like Home Alone. But like I said, like if I'm going to, because of my distaste for commercialized or over commercialized Christmas, like I would have to say like The Preacher's Wife would be it, because if we're going to celebrate Jesus, then we're going to have to do it 100%. We're going to have to go into the house of the Lord.
I love that one. I saw a meme the other day that was like a parent, like a dad, I think it was like single dad jokes or something. And he said, you know, I never understood why he got left behind. Home Alone kid got left behind. He goes, but now as a father, he was like, I totally understand why he got left behind. And I was like, so relatable.
Oh, don't leave the homies.
Oh God, they wouldn't let me leave them. Okay. But I wouldn't leave them. But it's relatable to see, you know, especially that woman had like 9 kids, 10 kids.
Rich, what was your favorite movie?
My favorite's Lampoons because everybody has an Eddie in their family. Back in the day, I had an Eddie too. Yeah. We all had Eddie.
We all have it. Yep.
What's that? You know what I do like? I think it's funny. Like I'll watch it when it comes on. Is what's it called? 4 Christmases. It's like Vince Vaughn and Reese like that.
That's one.
Is it the last holiday? The one with Cameron Diaz? I love that one too.
When she goes to the UK.
When they switch. Yeah. That one's cute. I just watched it the other night.
You're gonna laugh at this. Yes, I do watch Hallmark movies.
Okay. Listen, I love Hallmark.
Aren't they?
I do. And it's the same thing over and over.
And it's the same character, you know, from growing up, like Growing Pains and what's the other girl that's in it? Like
this. Oh my God. Have you watched or will you watch the KFC Colonel with
I will not watch that. No.
With Mario Lopez.
Yes, it's a Christmas movie.
I will not watch that.
Is it good?
I don't know. I'm gonna watch it this weekend.
Report back.
I will report back.
Are you going to have fruitcake while you watch it?
No, you know what? I had not ordered any this year, but I'm definitely going to go pick some up so I can send you pictures all Christmas eating my little fruitcake.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to go to the gym tonight and ask everybody at the gym, does any of you people eat fruitcake?
The Latino version. That's
I got to say that. Okay.
The asterisk there.
Okay, I don't think it's called fruitcake, what you're describing, but
I'll ask.
All right. So did we ask you, you said your favorite holiday drink was eggnog, right?
It is.
Okay. Oh, with almond milk.
Holiday drink to make? Since you were a bartender, I'm sure during the holidays, was there a certain one that...
So there's a Chilean version of eggnog that I love. Ooh. It's called cola de mono. Which means monkey's tail. Don't ask me why. I don't know historically why, but if you literally translate it, maybe it's like the hair of the dog kind of situation. But Google it. It's a very similar version of an eggnog. It's more coffee espresso based. And so when I'm home, that's what I bring. Like I'll start like all of the water liters. I'll start like, you know, gallons. I start saving them and I show up with like 10 gallons of it for the family party. I won't be making any of that this year, but that's one of my favorites to make.
So it's like a coffee coquito?
Yeah, like a coquito. Yes.
Oh my.
That sounds
Man,
good.
Boozy.
on that. I'm hooked on Patron coffee. Do you ever have Patron coffee? The espresso.
Yes, that's so good.
It is good.
No, they
It's
have
really,
that.
yeah, but it's good.
Yeah. They
A
sell
little
it
like
for- yep.
non-dairy creamer on top. It's really good.
Oh, it's incredible. In the morning before you start your day.
Oh, that's a bit aggressive, but
I'm just messing with you. Okay, one more. Let's see what we got here. Your favorite toy at Christmas time. What was your favorite toy?
oh God. I come from a very big family. And so I say that to say that usually the gifts I got, I preferred my siblings, but my parents did a really good job at Christmas. I really wanted Cabbage Patch Kids, and my parents came through the year that they were. I'm dating myself. I'm supposed to be like really young right now.
1984.
That was mine. That was mine.
I
Yeah.
had one too. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah. I mean, with their little like birth certificates and stuff.
I had a baseball one.
Yeah, no. I mean, I would say that was probably my pride and joy because I know the moms had to like fight for it. Do you remember? I was like,
They had the generic ones too. The belly button. You had to make sure you had the right one because some of them were generic.
Some of them were generic.
My parents went to a place called Crazy Eddie's in
Oh,
Pennsauken, New Jersey, to get mine. And I still have both of them. And you know what? Tomorrow I might bring them and
You
put them on
should.
the show.
you should. I wish
Yeah.
I did. No, my dad remarried many times, and every wife got rid of most of our stuff. I think I might have the birth certificates, but no dolls or stuff like that. But Cabbage Patch Kids.
I'm going to say it again. Like, I need to talk to Mr. Farias because you have thrown him under the bus again. I
didn't even get a watch, so I hope he's enjoying the show. I'm making it relevant for him because he's like,
Wow.
is it all HR?
There goes our ratings. There goes our ratings, KG.
No, they're going through the roof. They're going through the roof on this. And this was day 6 was lit.
Yes,
Jesus.
the halfway point. I mean, we got alcohol, we got fruitcake, we got laughs. I mean, I'm drunk just being on the show.
I know.
And childhood trauma.
I mean, I am an open book. You could ask about all the things.
And we've got plants.
Yeah, you know what? These plants are new to the family. This is my COVID special, except the tallest one. I've had that one forever, but it's a bamboo. They don't die.
And is that a poinsettia behind your head?
Yeah, that little baby is
okay. Hi.
She is a very picky person. Let me just say that, or plant. Let's just say she's picky. Yeah, she's been very hard to maintain this Christmas season.
Okay. All right. Well, this has been wow.
You can see we do too many shows together, right? Woo! But
Maybe I've got to get a few more of these. I got to get a few more.
I'll ship you this. Send me your address.
Yeah. No, I mean just like some words of encouragement for myself because I think that the lighten up and the show was lit.
It was. I had a really good time.
it was explosive.
We could do this again.
Oh, yeah. We're not gonna wait another year. No way.
Okay, good.
We'll do 12 days of something. What's next?
12 days of fruitcake.
Oh, Jesus, no.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I think I have
the fruitcake recruiter, right?
I think I've reached my limit of using the Lord's name in vain on
I
one
might
live
have to
broadcast.
change my Twitter handle to Fruitcake Speaks.
Yes. Do it. Wear a mask. Don't eat fruitcake.
Oh my! What a way to kick off a Tuesday! Wow.
I
This
love
is fun.
it. I love it. Thank you so much. You're
Yes.
always here for me. Appreciate you.
I love you. It was good to meet
love
you.
too, boo.
And I love you.
Every chance I get, we're gonna be, bringing Sally in to talk and share her insight. I'll be shouting her out in a few more articles. And
With the longest name ever, right? I mean, I had to make the flyer. It was like,
Listen, wait, that's a story for next time.
yeah, I had to double check your name 4 times to make sure I didn't spell it wrong.
I really appreciate that because I know I'm complicating things. This is 2020 Celinda.
It's all good.
all right. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you come back tomorrow. It can only go higher and higher. So we'll see you then. Thanks, guys.
Happy holidays and be safe out